2 months into this impossible situation, Charlie Adebayo threw Amara a curveball. They were in his studio late one night, Afrobeat playing softly in the background, when he unveiled a new painting. It was her, unmistakably her, rendered in bold strokes of gold and purple and midnight blue. She looked powerful, ethereal, like a goddess from Yoruba mythology. "I'm falling in love with you," he said simply, setting down his brush. "I don't know if it's too soon to say that or if you feel the same way, but I've never been good at hiding how I feel. You inspire me, Amara. You make me want to be braver, bolder. I want to paint you for the rest of my life." Amara's heart cracked. This beautiful, sensitive man was offering her his whole heart, and she was standing there with 4 other men's phone numbers in her pocket. "Charlie, she started, but he stopped her. "You don't have to say anything now. I just needed you to know. Because whatever this is between us, it's real. At least for me." She kissed him to avoid having to respond with words, and hated herself a little more with each passing second. Charlie Okonkwo was more calculated in his approach. He took Amara to his penthouse in Banana Island 3 months into their relationship and presented her with a business proposal, literally. It was a 50-page document outlining a plan to expand her salon business across Nigeria with financial projections, market analysis, and partnership terms. "I want to invest in you," he said, pouring them both wine. "Not just your business, you. I see what you're building, Amara, and I want to be part of it." Then he pulled out another document, a thinner one. "This is a prenup," he said with characteristic bluntness. "I know it's premature, but I'm a planner. I've been married once before, disastrously. This time, I want to go in with my eyes open. I want a partner, Amara, someone as driven as I am, someone who understands that love is also a practical matter. I think that someone is you." Amara stared at the documents, her mind reeling. He wasn't proposing exactly, but he was laying groundwork for a future she hadn't agreed to. "This is a lot, Charlie," she managed. He smiled. "I know, but I'm not a man who does anything halfway. Think about it. Take your time, but know that I'm serious about us." Us, that word again. But which us was the right one? Dr. Charlie Nwachukwu showed his hand in the most unexpected way, by breaking down. Amara had gone to visit him at the hospital after a particularly brutal shift, bringing him his favorite pepper soup from a buka nearby. She found him in the doctor's lounge, head in his hands, still in his blood-stained scrubs. "We lost a child today," he said without looking up. 8 years old. Leukemia. We'd been fighting it for 6 months. Her name was Blessing. She liked to draw butterflies. Amara sat beside him, and he crumpled into her arms, this strong, dedicated man finally letting his guard down. "I don't know why I do this," he whispered. "Every loss feels like a personal failure. But then I remember the ones we save, and I think maybe the pain is worth it." He pulled back, looking at her with red-rimmed eyes. "You keep me sane, Amara. When I'm with you, I remember there's life outside these walls. I need you. I don't want to, but I do." It was the most honest, vulnerable moment she'd experienced with any of the Charlies, and it terrified her because vulnerability was dangerous. Vulnerability led to real love, and real love made choices impossible. The inevitable happened on a Saturday evening at Landmark Beach. Amara had scheduled an early afternoon with Charlie Bello, the traveler, and an evening dinner with Charlie Okonkwo, the banker. She'd timed it perfectly, or so she thought. Charlie Bello's shift change got delayed, pushing their beach walk into the evening. Just as he was taking a selfie with her, she spotted Charlie Okonkwo approaching from the restaurant where they were supposed to meet. Panic flooded her system. She did the first thing that came to mind. She pushed Charlie Bello into the ocean, fully clothed. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry!" she shouted, jumping in after him, creating enough commotion that Charlie Okonkwo changed direction to avoid the scene. But the damage was done. In her purse, which had fallen in the sand, her phone lit up with messages from all 5 Charlies, visible to anyone who cared to look. Charlie Bello, dripping wet and confused, picked up her phone to hand it back. His eyes went wide as he saw the names. "Amara, who are these other Charlies?" Charlie Bello deserved honesty. But Amara was too deep in lies to know how to surface. "They're colleagues, friends. I know a lot of people named Charlie," she stammered, taking her phone with shaking hands. He looked at her with something between hurt and understanding. "You're a terrible liar," he said softly. "I've worked with enough travelers, enough people passing through, to know when someone's not fully present. I thought maybe you were just guarded. But it's more than that, isn't it?" They sat on the beach as the sun set, both soaking wet, and Amara felt the first crack in her carefully constructed walls. "I don't know what I'm doing anymore," she admitted, not quite a confession, but close enough. "I think I'm trying to figure out where I belong, and I'm making a mess of it." Charlie Bello was quiet for a long moment. "For what it's worth," he finally said, "I don't think I'm your person, Amara. I've always known that. I like you. Maybe I even love you a little, but you need someone who stays. That's never going to be me." It was the kindest breakup that wasn't quite a breakup. He kissed her forehead and walked away, and Amara was down to 4 Charlies. Charlie Bello was gone. 4 Charlies remained. But the unraveling had just begun. Because Charlie Obi, the lawyer, was too smart for his own good. He'd been building a case against me, collecting evidence like I was a suspect. And Charlie Adebayo, the artist, was about to see something that would shatter his heart into 1,000 pieces. I thought losing one Charlie was painful. I had no idea how much worse it was about to get. Episode 4, where hearts break and truths come out.